Hey you guys, so I have not done a feeding video for little Miss Rose Red here for quite some time, and she has been upped in her food a little bit. I was going to give her 2 large fuzzies and start her on that schedule, but I decided to give her 1 large fuzzy and 1 3-gram Pinky. And this is because I buy my rodents in bulk, so it is either she eats some of these 3-gram Pinkies up or I throw them away. So I am just going to feed some of the 3-gram Pinkies as much as I can, and it may stunt her growth just a tad bit, but it won't really make that too big of a difference. So without further ado, I shall start with a Pinky since the fuzzy is still thawing. So little Miss Rose Red here has been doing quite well. She is still in the same tank as she has always been. I have not really had a chance to handle her as much because a week ago I found out my dog had cancer, and so I have been dealing with that, and the snakes have kind of taken a backside, or more on the back burner than they used to. I still feed them and take care of them, but I'm not handling them as much because I'm spending more of my time trying to get my dog to eat versus my snakes who eat quite readily. So that has been the situation so far. I am also planning on going to the NARBC at Tinley this March. I am hoping to pick up a few snakes, probably corn snakes most likely. I have a Brazilian rainbow boa on hold from Rainbows R Us. Dave actually is the breeder for that, but he can't send the BRB until it's warmer in my area. Right now I live in Chicagoland, and, well, in Chicagoland we have rainy, snowy, sunny, windy all on the same day. But more importantly, it is not getting over 40 at night, so he cannot send it. So it'll probably be till about March or April till the night time is above 40 degrees. And that might be stretching it just a tad bit, but I am hoping by March I can get it. Though I told him when I emailed him that March is probably the earliest. We're probably more realistically looking at April. But we could always have a hot flash, it's Illinois, so Illinois doesn't go by anybody's rules or laws, There's no law in nature governing Illinois. Nope. But L1 and L2 have been shipped off, and as far as I know, they are in their happy new little home, and they arrived safely. So I have 2 less snakes to take care of. Sadly, I have 2 less snakes to possibly eat 3-gram Pinkies. Although they were never able to eat 3-gram Pinkies because they were still too small. If I would have kept them until they reached about 12 grams or 10 or 12 grams, I probably would have started feeding them 1 2-gram Pinky. But since the highest L2 ever got to was 8, I was still at the 2-gram Pinky mark. So that's kind of sad because I'm probably going to end up throwing away these Pinkies. They're starting to get at the end of their shelf life, so to speak. Not at a point where they're any danger to her, but they only last so long in the freezer. It's a little lesson to learn not to buy as big in bulk as I did. Which in itself, for someone who only owns 1 or 2, 3 snakes, really causes a dilemma when you're buying in bulk, because buying 50 Pinkies for 1 snake is really not the best idea. Although at the time when I ordered them, she was at a standstill weight gaining wise. She was at between 13 and 15 grams, and she stayed that difference for quite a long time. She was just refusing to gain any weight. And so I was trying to calculate by that amount of growth how long it would take for her to get the fuzzies. And I did not expect her to get a growth spurt all of a sudden, which I have noticed to be a little bit of a problem with her. Because she will grow quite a bit. She will grow about 10 or maybe 10 grams, and then she will hit a kind of a plateau, or she'll stay at a certain weight for a while, and I think she smells that other fuzzy. And for a week or two, she just won't gain any weight. And then she will go back to eating again. So that is how she is weight gaining wise. She gains and then she kind of stays at a weight and then she gains some more. So she's a little funky. My Brazilian rainbow boa just keeps gaining consistently and doesn't really hit a standstill weight wise, but she seems to. She also seems to be, I think she's moving to the head there. Okay, don't take that belly first. The Brazilian rainbow boa did that, but she was on a smaller feeder, I mean. You cannot take that belly first and think that's going to end well for you. Yeah, I only think she's only taken one pinky butt first, but she's never taking a fuzzy butt first. I heard, reading around that a lot of times corns may take pinky's butt first just because it's not a big of a difference between the head and the butt. But as the feeders get larger, it becomes more of a difference, obviously, and they usually take it from the head. But, there's always those corns who decide to be a little adventurous and take it from another angle. Well, she's putting on quite a show for you guys today. Usually she just lays down and takes it, but today she is going to be a little dramatic in her eating. Now those are some yawns there. Those are some good quality yawns there, little Miss Rose Red. So I think we're going to let you go. There's really nothing much more to see. So until later, we shall bid you adieu.